Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Well, this is starting out good. I was contacted by Walowalo. Just love that name, Walowalo. Reminds me of Nano Nano. Walowalo. In regard to this 120 set of dual tip brush pens. To see if I wanted to review them on the channel. So I said, of course. So as you can see, we have the brush tip and the fine liner end, like we do on a lot of our dual brush tip pens. As you can see, it comes in this nice case. It's real hard plastic. We do have the color palette on the top, and it just closes by magnets. And that helps form your stand when you are coloring. So, I don't think I have this right. Yeah. Okay, so you can see your colors as you're coloring. Now, of course, this is printed, you know, with a printer, so these are only going to be as accurate as that printer is. I still suggest swatching them out. You'll see a lot of these colors look almost identical. And I would assume, you know, like these reds too, I would assume they're not all that similar. You never know. I'm sure in a set of 110, 120, we are going to have some colors that are very similar. Like we do in a lot of marker sets. But we are going to swatch these out, of course. And we're going to take a look. I think I'm just going to start. Let's do it this way. I'm just going to leave it standing up right now, so that I'm going to start with way up here, and we're going to work our way through all the colors till we get to black. I probably, you know, as usual, I'm going to be rearranging these, but they do kind of go in the order that I like them, which is the yellow, oranges, reds, pinks, purples, you know, that order. So it will kind of be in the right order. I drew up this color chart. I did this for one of my other fine liner markers. And I put them across this way, so then even with 120 markers, it's all on one page rather than having to go onto 2 pages. So I think I'm going to do these types of markers in this format from now on. Now, if we take a look at one of the pens, this is what they look like. And this is pretty standard for these types of markers, right? We've all seen these kind of markers. We have a tapered barrel where the fine liner is the skinny end. Your brush tip is the wider end. It does state brush here, fine here, with the Walowalo, or is it Walowalo? I don't know. I'm thinking Walowalo. Name in the middle. However, you will notice there are no color names, no numbers. I thought these came with a numerical number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like, I think it's Cool Bank, that has them numbered, but they don't. So you would again have to take a label and number these all, which is what I am going to do. But with 120 colors, I think most of the other sets that I have are only 100 fine liners, so, or the brush tip, the dual tip. So we're going to see what all 120 colors are. So I think these would be great for color by number books. You have the fine liner for little bitty spaces and the brush tip for the larger spaces. So let's take a look at the tips. Comes to a very nice fine point, if you can see that. Then our fine liner end, I'm assuming, is our typical fine liner. Yes. I'm going to be real curious to see how juicy and nice these are, because yes, we can use these in our Belba family books. And like I said, all of the color by number books. So yeah, I'll be curious to see the brush tip also. So let's put that one back, and let's take out the first one. Now I'm just going to, this is going to be a problem. Even though I love the case, they are kind of hard to get out, especially when you're back here. Up here it's not quite so bad. But back here, I think it would be better if they staggered these. You know, maybe have the first one up here, the next one down, and, you know, staggered them like that, rather than having them all one level. Because, yeah, these are hard to get at. The one thing that they did do, and I think is nice, so that when you do have them sitting like this, you know, at an angle, and you can see your color chart, they put, and I don't know if you can see it, let me zoom in a little. This is kind of a nice feature you don't always see. They did put a cardboard, what would you call it? Wall? No, not a wall. But there is cardboard in between each one of these. So if you do pull out a pen down here, these aren't all going to fall down. So that's a nice feature. I like that. But yeah, I think something's going to maybe have to be changed about the design itself, because yeah, they are kind of hard to get out, especially like I said up here. So let me see, and I have fingernails, so they really don't want to come out because my nails are slippery. There we go. Okay, so we are going to just swatch with the brush tip, but I do want to, you know, use the fine tip also in a few of them, so that we can see how juicy they are. So right now I'm going to leave the number column blank. Eventually I will be putting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that column. So, ooh, a nice pale peach. So that's a nice skin tone. And I'm just going to put them out here on the table. So once you get that first one out, the next aren't too bad. This is the next one. Very, very similar, but a little more on the yellow side. Orangey kind of side. So I think that first one is a much better skin tone. Now it looks like we do have a peach. Yes. So yeah, let's go ahead and try the fine liner. Ooh, they are nice. Very nice and juicy. Okay, that's good to know. Don't roll away on me, pens. I tell you, my desk must be just a little bit crooked. Just a little off. And so yeah, completely round markers like to roll on me. Okay, that'll definitely go down in the greens. And I think that too, because that is kind of like an olive green. And then we get to a bunch of yellows. Come on, guys, I want to keep you in the same order as my color chart. We have quite a few yellows, so there's a very pale yellow. So, as is, you know, true in many, many of our budget-friendly markers and pencils, caps are not always going to represent the true color. Hence the need for color swatching. And if you look at the color swatch that they give you on the case itself, yeah, they do not represent the color too well at all. So. Very juicy. Wow. Let's try a fine liner in here too. Oh yeah. We'll be able to see that a little bit better as we get into some of the darker colors. Here's a nice bright sunny yellow, but wow, these are very juicy. I can see the ink as it goes down. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I can see the ink as it goes down. Here we have some bright neon yellows. Here's another bright one. So this swatching video is going to go much, much faster than my other swatching videos because I have no numbers or names to write down. So another real green one. And I believe this one will be also pretty greens though. Okay, then we get back into some peaches. Get over there. Oh, that's pretty. Some more peach tones. This again would be a nice skin tone. It is a little bit different than those up there. Kind of similar to that one. Okay, another peach. Oh, really pretty. Now we get into some of the oranges. There's a nice yellow orange. Get over there. Nice regular orange. And, oh, the last one's hard to get out. This one almost looks like a neon orange. Yep. That is what it is. All right, let's go on to the next row. This looks like a really bright color too. Yep, that's more of a bright coral kind of orange. A lot of colors in here. Kind of similar to that one, a little bit lighter. Darker orange. Oh yeah, I think these would be great for color by number books. Now I never did figure out, I've seen this in a number of sets where one or two of the caps are really, you know, most of them are opaque, and then we have a couple of them that are more see-through, like this one, if that makes any sense. And I don't see any difference, you know. That one is, and this one is also like that, more transparent. Kind of a red orange. And our final orange. Get back. Okay, I thought it was going to be darker, so that we had a dark orange, but it's actually lighter. Okay, we're going to get into the reds. This looks like it's going to be a dark red, yes. And we get to some of our standard reds. And another one. Again, boy, those two are pretty much identical, even in the caps. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, another one. But, you know, the good thing about it is, if you use a lot of red, you got spares. Let's go up to the next column. Kind of a pinky red. Oh, neon orange. Thought we already had a neon orange. Kind of, sorta. Okay, and another red. That one has a tinge of orange to it. Okay, now we get into the pinks. Lots of pinks. Oh, that's a pretty one. Yeah, this is going much faster, eh? So like these two are similar, and then these two are similar. Like I said, you know, in a set this big, you are most likely going to get some that are similar. Another one that's kind of similar. Here's a very pale, pale pink. Ooh, that's pretty. Couple more pinks to go. And we get into kind of some, I don't know, I think we got a couple more pinks. Then we get into some of the purpley kind of pinks. Let's see. Move these up and over. Sorry for my arms. My phone battery's dying, so hopefully we'll get through this. Ooh, these are pretty. Oh, I love that color. Oh yeah, I switched. Oh yeah, fine liners are nice too. Oh well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to go over here though, because you can swatch a little bit bigger. Here's like another magenta. Then we get into the purples. Pretty. Just a little different. And a little bit darker. And a little bit darker. We're going to get to some of the deep purples. These are very pretty. Here we have a lilac. Really dark purple. Yeah, some of these are definitely very similar. And we're starting to get into some blues now. Again, two that are very similar. And that one too. Yeah, now we're going to get into some blues. Oh, that's a pretty blue. Yep, very similar. And I think last, yeah. Oh, if you let me zoom out. I didn't know that this is how it was inside. If you look down in here, not only are there dividers between the rows, but there's dividers here too. You see that? So yeah, it's a nice concept. I just, yeah, if they could somehow stagger them, somehow make it easier to get them out. Zoom back in. And our last color down here. Oh, pretty blue. I love that color. Okay, we only have a couple of rows left. Okay, 3. I lied. Oh, beautiful. Love cerulean blue. Very pretty blues. Now these look to be like blue grays. Yeah, kind of like a denim blue. Okay, boy, that is not what I was expecting out of that marker. No. This looks to be a nice light blue. Oh, pretty sky blue. Cloud blue, whatever. Now we're getting in, oh, another pretty one. Yeah, similar to that one. Oh, pretty, pretty. Tons of blues. And then we get into the greens. Oh, that's a pretty blue too. This looks like to be a light mint green. I'm not sure if that's what it's going to be. No, but a nice sky blue. Yeah, we're getting to all the aqua-ish colors. Oh, pretty. Whoops. Dropping them. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, love that color. So we have a number of colors that go together really well here. Really pretty teal. Let's move this up. Getting into the greens, it seems. Greens, it seems. Oh, there's a pretty mint green. Looks like these next 3 are kind of all on that line. A little bit darker. And last in this row looks to be a light pale green. Light mint green, I should say. Beautiful. Okay. Let's put that row up there. Running out of room. Okay, you're gonna see my arm. I gotta move these up over here. I think I just messed them up. Oh well. You know me. I'm gonna be swatching them out a million times, putting them in the order that I want anyhow. Okay. Now we only have 2 rows left. Okay, I'm gonna put them up here. Bright green. So here we have some real bright spring greens. And boy, let me tell you, are there the earth tones. Whew. Tons and tons of browns. Oh, there's a nice light green. This kind of looks like an olive green. Yep. So while the caps don't match exactly, most of them give you a good idea of what color is going to be in there. Some of them, no. Some of them really surprised me. Okay, there's a good standard green. All right, let's go up to the last, where are you? Column. Now we're going to get into the dark greens. Oh, that's a pretty green. Keep saying that, don't I? Love colors, what can I say? Ooh, that's pretty too. And here seems to be our darkest green. No, it's not. Again, the cover lied. Then I believe, yes, now we're going to be getting into the browns. Let me move these over. Okay. Nice standard brown. So it seems the browns, they are going from the darker colors to the light. And then we have some reddish browns in there too. So from what I can see, this is actually our darkest brown, which is, you know, okay, it's pretty dark. So as long as we have some nice lighter browns and tans, that's a good brown. Now we're going to get into some like more reddish toned browns. Okay, I lied. Next ones are though. And one more along that line. Yeah, I would maybe put them over with the reds. Okay. Might almost put that in with the green. It is greenish brown, but oh, that's a pretty color. So a lot of these would work great for skin tones too. Looks like we have some skin tones coming up. There's a nice tan. It's a skin tone, maybe a little on the orangey side. On a nice ochre. Move the sheet up. Now this looks like it would be a skin tone, so we'll see. Oh yeah. Great skin tone. Compared to the first one, which I thought would be a skin tone, but it's really on the yellow side. That's a good one. Kind of a deep yellow. And then our last brown, very nice pale tan. And then we do have a number of grays, but not too many considering it is a 120 set. Looks to be more like a blue gray. Kind of a green gray. Only 3 to go. Kind of a deeper blue gray. Last gray, another blue gray. So they are, you know, on the cooler tones, but definitely with that blue undertone. See how nice of a black the black is. It is nice, but it is like a super dark gray. So it's not super black unless you go over it twice. Then it's nice and black. But like I said, these are really nice and juicy. So let's see. Yeah, and they are nice fine tip. Does it say on here, is it 0.03 or 0.04? I'm not sure. It doesn't really say. Oh yeah, 0.4. 0.4 millimeter for the fine liners and 1 to 6 millimeter for the brush. Okay, sometimes I do like the 0.4 because you do get just a little bit more color out of them than the 0.3. So there you have it. Let's zoom back out. So there are the 120 colors. Really love the variation. We do definitely have, you know, some colors that are pretty much identical, you know, like these two yellows and some in here. These three look really similar, you know, some of the greens, some of the blues. Again, you're going to get that when you have these larger sets of markers, larger sets of your, you know, all the budget-friendly larger sets, whether it be alcohol markers, water-based markers, pencils. You're always going to get some similar colors. But I do think this is a very nice array of colors. So, yeah, I will definitely be going through this, putting them in the order I want, and then slapping a label on each one, making a color chart. So I will leave a link to these pens down in the description below. Again, these are the Walowalo 120 colors dual tips brush pens. I do like them. I am going to be matching some colors up to Belba and maybe Sun Life Drawing, because there's a lot of color by number books in that line also, and see how the fine liners work in Belba and the brush liners, the brush tips work in Sun Life Drawings. So I will let you know that in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this swatching video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.